Described in a recent Tampa Bay Times review, Freefall Theatre Company is a local treasure. And this morning, we're reaping their reward by welcoming two of their stars into our studio. These days, Freefall Theatre portraying history through a contemporary lens in their latest production of Marie Antoinette. I am now joined by Megan Rippey, who plays the title role, and Lucas Wells, who plays Louis XVI. Good morning to the both of you. How are you?
Good morning. Good.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
I'm so glad you're here. Of course, we love when Freefall is on air anyways, but this play is something that always fascinates me. So talk about taking on such an iconic role that people love, they hate, they're intrigued by. I mean, so many different emotions to describe Marie Antoinette.
Yes, that is only scratching the surface. Yeah, for me, I'm just having a blast. It's just such a gift as an actor to be able to play someone who is a real historical figure and one that people think they know, but maybe they don't know as well as they should. Or I think this play definitely piques people's interest as far as who she was and the myth surrounding her versus maybe more of her truer self.
So I'm assuming you were able to learn just by the way you describe her and talk about the interesting things. What have you learned about her that you're able to bring to the stage?
I have learned so much through this production. We're just working with Eric Davis. He is really brilliant, and he had a very clear vision for this production, and just the way that we've approached it as blending the historical facts with a little bit of this fantasy world that the playwright David Adjemi has created has just been so much fun, and taking the audience on this journey that is a journey through history, but also kind of a dreamlike journey too. And at the end of it, we sort of were faced with this question of Marie Antoinette's humanity. And so we can identify with pieces of her, and we can also, as we do, love to hate her for some of her choices that were ultimately her downfall. But there's so much there that it's not just a one-dimensional thing. She's a complicated woman, so it's really fun to play that.
I will say, Lucas, I want to go ahead and shift over to you. And I loved how you described, though, that you're kind of, twisting and turning and putting things together. Even some modern twists from what I've been able to read. Lucas, explain that a little bit.
Yeah, there definitely is a modern flair to the story. It's a historical drama. It's historically accurate, but it's told through very contemporary language, and the costumes, while very extravagant, are lean toward, more modern times in a way with the colors and etc. But the language that the playwright has used is very everyday, common person type of language, and mixed in with these historical tidbits throughout, and it's really awesome, and it makes some great parallels throughout American history and about celebrity. It really examines people's, maybe specifically in America's, obsession with celebrity and how we like to put them on a pedestal, but we also like to see them fall and to tear them down in a way too. And it just examines all of that.
Well, and I think it's so poignant right now because we are, again, this world of celebrity, and I know that there's some similarities that you can draw between the way Marie Antoinette was portrayed to the public. Explain a little bit of that, because you're really taking on more than even just her when you look at it from that example. Oh,
absolutely. And one of the things that really fascinates me is kind of the reason that we know who Marie Antoinette is. Sort of a common person on the street may have heard her name, and it's because of this campaign that was launched against her that is like, there are so many parallels between that and today's fake news. And so the fake news of the late 1700s were these pamphlets in France and these cartoons that were widely disseminated and completely believed, that depicted her just as this sort of deviant and as this spendthrift, and there were kernels of truth, but they were blown so far out of proportion and made her and France look really, really bad. And everyone believed it. It was like, it was as if you didn't even need the internet for someone to be totally destroyed.
I was going to say, well, at the end of the day, you got to go see this. People are still raving about it. Guys, thank you so much for coming in today. We appreciate it. And once again, it's Marie Antoinette Freefall Theatre Company, now through August 13th. There's where you want to go for tickets. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.